Hey, you guys. Hey there. Hey there. I am so excited that we get to spend this evening together. Okay. So, let me explain how this is going to work. Let me just thank you all again for allowing me the opportunity to chat with you this evening, to answer some of your questions, to help you to bring it all together so that you can see the big picture of how you're going to take your skills, knowledge, expertise, experience, and package that up so that you can create the lifestyle that you are looking for in your life. And so I'm super excited that we're going to be spending this time together. And so I would encourage you, if you haven't already, grab your notepads, grab your pens, because there's going to be a lot shared this evening that I think is going to answer a lot of your questions. And make sure that you stay until the end, because I'm actually going to be taking your questions at the end from some of you all. Okay, so I am super duper excited. Go ahead, put your questions in the comment section along the way during this presentation, and I am going to stop periodically, take those questions, answer them, and those that I don't get to, I'm going to definitely make sure that I get to them at the end. But make sure that you stay so that I can talk with you guys like in person and stuff. Okay. All right. So with that, I want to make sure that you all can see me okay. You guys can hear me okay. I'm going to put on my glasses for a second because I can't see. All right. So let's go ahead and fix that. I'm going to head on over to the chat box right now. I don't see any comments in there, but definitely let me know that you can see me and hear me okay by just letting me know where you are coming in from. Okay, so let me know where you're coming in from. Give me your city and state. Go ahead and rep for your city and state to let me know that you can see me and hear me okay. If you can see me and hear me, go ahead and put that in the comment section. Okay, I'll give you guys a second to do that and make sure that we are all good. All right, New Jersey, Robin from New Jersey. Nice to see you, honey. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that, honey. Thank you so much. I'm excited that you were able to make it this evening. Constance from Shreveport, Louisiana. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for coming in this evening. Angela from Baltimore. Nice to see you, Angela. I'm so glad that you were able to make it tonight. I want to answer some of those questions for you that have been on your mind, right? About your course and all that kind of good stuff. Naida, I think it's Naida, right? Naida, that sounds pretty. I think it's Naida. Thanks so much for coming in from Philly. Thanks so much, honey. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So nice to see you there. And Melinda Harper, nice to see you as well from Tennessee. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Stephanie from Chicago. That's awesome. Listen, somebody else from Chicago is coming in. Sherry from Chicago. Awesome. All right, Naida, I still think I said it right. Okay, awesome. You were born in Pittsburgh? Oh my goodness. No wonder we connect. Okay, awesome. Okay, thanks you guys so much for doing that for me. I appreciate that. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me just go ahead and turn off these notifications so that we're not disturbed. There we go. All right. Awesome. Okay, so don't forget to put your, Steel City, right? So don't forget to put your questions in the comment section. I'm going to come back occasionally and make sure that I get your questions along the way. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you. So those of you all who are on mobile devices, you may have to swipe to the left or swipe to the right when I start sharing my screen in order to make sure that that you can see my screen just fine. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we are where we are supposed to be. Is anybody on the line coming to see me in Atlanta this week? Is anybody coming? Anybody here on the line coming to Atlanta? All right. If not, that's okay. I'm going to be going to some other cities as well. I want to help as many people as possible with the questions that they have about their courses and how to get unstuck if you are indeed stuck with that. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, let me go ahead and put this in slideshow mode. And I think this is going to answer a lot of your questions that maybe you've had. I talked with many of you, and you had some questions that I knew I wanted to cover this evening. So feel free. This is informal, even though it's like a webinar. It's still informal, so feel free to ask those questions. Okay, I don't want you to leave here tonight without your questions answered. Okay, so tonight I thought it would be appropriate to talk with you guys about the 5 keys to using your skills to create dollar bills. Like, isn't that clever? Wasn't that clever? I don't know. Anyway, it rhymed anyway. So, but we're going to cover a lot of the things that you all were asking me individually regarding your courses, marketing your courses, starting your courses, all those sorts of things. Okay. All right. So for those of you all who are new to me, I am Kat Dunn, also known as Kat the Course Builder. And within less than 3 years, I built a multiple 6-figure business online. All right. And what I want you to walk away with this evening is knowing that you absolutely do not have to delay your dreams. You don't have to put it off. You don't have to wait until you go back to school or get more experience or whatever it is that you're thinking, whatever it is that's been stopping you and holding you back, whether it's learning new technology, maybe you don't quite know how to market your course, whatever it is sort of stopping you and holding you back, you don't have to do that. You can decide right now, today, right, that nothing else is going to stop you. Nothing ever again is going to stop you. And when I decided to, I'll talk more about how I brought my business online and how all that stuff happened. But the thing that I want you to take away from is that 3 years ago, 2015, well, almost 4 years ago now, but in 2015, I decided that I was not going to let anything stop me, right, from what I was wanting to pursue. And we'll talk more about how all that came to pass, but I want you to know that this is the start if you want it to be. Okay, that's what I want you to walk away with. That if you want it to be, there shouldn't be and there can't be anything that's going to get in your way. All right. So what I would like to know is what you teach and what you hope to learn today. All right. So put it in the comment section. I would love to know what you teach and what you hope to learn today. And then I'm going to come over to the chat section and talk to you guys. I want to see what you teach and what you hope to learn. Okay. I'm going to switch back over so that I can see your comments. Thank you guys. Those of you all who are just now coming in, thank you so much for coming in. Don't forget to stay until the end so that I can answer your questions. All right, this is an opportunity for me to help you move forward, get unstuck, and answer those pesky questions that maybe you've been having about how to build, launch, or present your courses. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to the chat and just see what you all are saying here. Nobody teaches anything? Oh, there you go. There's Sherry. Sherry says she's got 2 books that focus on grief and loss, so she would like to build a course around that, but be empowered in the process. That's really interesting, Sherry. So when you say you want to be empowered in the process, tell me what you mean by that. Tell me what you mean by that. I love that because it just sounds so focused, and it sounds like you know exactly what it is that you want to get out of the process of teaching people. But I'd love for you to expound upon that a little bit more so I know exactly what you mean by that. All right. And Naida says she teaches financial literacy and she hopes to learn how to package her skills, and she would like to understand course creation from the beginning to the end. So Naida, I totally get that. because there are quite a few moving parts when it comes to courses. And we're going to talk about, I'm going to be sharing with you this evening types of courses. Okay, so we don't have a lot of time to get into all the intricacies of it, but we have enough time to go through the most profitable types of courses. And I'm going to be sharing those with you because I do know that there are a lot of moving pieces to putting together your course. But thankfully, I'm so grateful and so humbled that for the last 18 years, I have been an instructional designer. This is what I do for a living, and I have been doing for the last 18 years, building courses, launching courses, teaching courses. So I know a lot about that, and I can certainly help you with that. Okay, so get your questions specifically together, Naida, and I will definitely be able to answer those for you this evening. Okay, or today, whatever time it is for you in the world. All right, Melinda says, I teach ladies how to prepare themselves to be wives, single and married. I want the assignment of, I think what a wife really is. I think that's what you're saying there, Melinda. I'm pretty sure that's what you're saying, but that is awesome. That is amazing that you teach people how to do that. I've got 2 clients right now, by the way, who teach people. They don't prepare them to be wives. They actually coaching them if they're married or if they're single. So something along those same lines. So that is amazing. That's awesome. Welcome again. I'm so glad you were able to make it. Robin says that she teaches women how to heal after narcissistic abuse. Oh my gosh, Robin, we need you right now. Right now, like what's going on in the world today, like I feel like I'm being abused like narcissistically, seriously. Like whatever that means, I feel like I'm it, and I feel like I need you right now, Robin, seriously. So that is amazing. Thank you so much for what you do and the healing that I know that you are giving across the world. And you know what? By creating courses, you're able to teach one to many, right? And not just one to one. And so because so many of us really need that healing, like seriously, like I'm kind of being funny, but I'm kind of not. We really need that. So that's really amazing. And building out your courses is a great way to help as many people as possible with that. So thank you for what you do, Robin. Trinette says she teaches active, curvy women how to live a holistically fit lifestyle. Trinette, so nice to see you, honey. Can't wait to see you in West Palm Beach. Can't wait to see you in just a few weeks in West Palm Beach. Yeah, so helping curvy women to live a holistic, fit lifestyle. That is fantastic. I love that. Thanks so much for coming in. Robin said, I'd like to learn how to launch to a small audience. Very good. Well, that's interesting. So you don't want to launch to a large audience. You want to launch to a smaller, like how small are we talking? And are we talking in person or are we talking online? Online course, webinars, or in person? Good question. Okay, Angela. Angela says she teaches individuals how to define, develop, and to live out their God-given purpose. That is beautiful, Angela. I love that. Thank you so much for coming in. Melinda says, I want to learn how to get more people in my subscription groups and how to market it. Okay, I totally get that. So you're talking about membership. You have an online membership group. I'm not sure if you have a subscription box, but you say you have subscription groups, which means it sounds like that people are paying you to be a member of those particular groups. That is a membership site, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Absolutely, I can help you with that. Let's see here. I have several membership sites, and I love me a membership site, okay? So we can definitely talk about that. Sherry Barnes says that you can go through grief and learn from the process, and that you can still be strong, move through grief and see good even in the midst of the storm. That's beautiful, Sherry. I love that. That is something that so many people need all around the world. So that is beautiful. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Naida, you're absolutely welcome. Cynthia says, I teach women to unleash their purpose to manifest a life that they desire. My hope is to develop a 4-week course to do that. Fantastic, Cynthia. That is fantastic. That's great. We're going to talk about how you can actually do that. So no problem at all. Thanks again for coming in. Constance said parenting skills at Substance Abuse Center for Parents under DFACS. I want to design a course for teaching parents in establishing structure, etc., for their children, communication, etc. Very nice, very good content. That is fantastic. So we'll talk a little bit about the different ways that you can do that. Again, we're going to be talking about, amongst other things, several different types of courses that you might want to present, because there's more than one way to skin a cat. All right. So we're going to be talking about how to, oh my gosh, I got so many notifications coming up on my screen. How do I get these notifications off? Hold on one second. Let me turn off these notifications. This is great. Hang on just one second. Okay. Since I don't know how to turn off my notifications, I've got to say that. All right. So let me go back and share my screen again. Here we go. Bloop. And look at me. Now I'm sharing my calendar and everything. Lord have mercy. Okay, I gotta edit that part out. So those of you all who might be watching this a little bit later, you don't even know what you missed. Seriously. All right, very good. So thank you all. Thank you so much for sharing what you teach and what you hope to learn today. Okay. So, and if I don't cover something that you wanted to cover, definitely keep note of your question, and I'll definitely address it at the end or some point during this session. Okay. So a little bit about me. I believe that permission precedes the mission. So you'll hear me say that a couple of times throughout our time here together, because I truly do believe that you need to ask for permission to enter people's mission in life. I don't believe that you just sort of insert yourself in other people's mission. I believe that you need to ask permission. And so I ask your permission to do that with you and your mission. This is what you're passionate about, and your mission and what you want to teach people is near and dear to you. It's sacred, and it's something that God has given you. And so I don't take that lightly, and I don't pretend to insert myself into your mission without permission. And so with that, I'm going to ask your permission right now, because I really do believe in that, to insert myself and help you with your mission. Okay. And if you're okay with that, just say yes, Kat. Okay. Just put yes, Kat in the comment section. That lets me know that I have permission to enter myself into your mission and help you along the way with that, because I believe that permission must precede the mission, right? And at the same time, I believe that your mission is there, and the thing that you are put on this earth to do, it requires your permission to proceed. It is not going to proceed haphazardly or without you, before you, or behind you. It must have your permission to proceed, okay? It must have your permission to move forward and grow. And just by the mere fact that you are here today, that lets me know that you have given your mission permission to proceed. Okay. And so with that, I am going to move forward. Just say yes, Kat, in the chat. Yes, Kat, in the chat. All right. So I am on a mission to teach 1 million people how to reach 1 million people. Like this is a serious thing for me. It's not something that I just kind of thought up and was like, oh, well, maybe that would be nice. No, I am seriously on a mission to teach as many people as possible how to reach as many people as possible, because I believe that we only have a limited time here on this planet. And while we are here to help one another, to, like some of you all are doing, helping people to move through grief, and helping people to connect in relationships, and helping people to find their better selves, and helping people to be the best that they can be. And isn't that really what it's all about? Isn't that really what it's all about? helping people. So I am truly on a mission. I am prolific in that mission. I am unrelenting in that mission. And that's one of the reasons that I am here today with you to help you, because I take this mission very, very seriously. And so I have given my mission permission to proceed. And so we have moved forward full steam ahead. And I cannot wait to see you do the same thing with your mission. Okay. So I think it's important that you understand who you're listening to, who you're talking to, and there's so much noise out there. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share with you why I'm so excited every single day about what I do, because it's exciting to me. Learning and teaching is exciting to me, and so I really appreciate you allowing me to share some of that passion with you today. All right. So here's my promise to you, okay? While we are here together, I promise you, right, 100% clarity. I don't want you to leave here today without being 100% clear. 100% clear. Whatever questions that you brought today, I want you to get clarity on those questions. All right. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste your money, and I'm not going to sell you anything. All right. So just put your wallets away, just in case you were thinking that. No. This is not about selling you anything today. This is about giving you value. I want you to go forth with clarity today. That is my goal. All right. So, and if we don't have clarity, we're going to talk about how you can get that clarity moving forward. Okay. So I want you to know that this is not about selling you anything. This is about giving you value, hoping to answer some of those questions that you all have had, and helping you to move forward, right? So that you can help your mission to proceed, okay? All right, so I hope that's okay with everybody. If it's okay with you, just say yes, Kat. Just put yes, Kat in the comments. If that's okay with you, go ahead and put yes, Kat in the comments, okay? That lets me know that's okay with you, all right? All right, so again, a little bit about me. I have been an instructional designer for the last 18 years, otherwise known as a course builder. That's what I do. All right, I have a master's degree in instructional design and teaching with technology. I also have a master's degree in business. All right, I started my career as a journalist. Some of you all who may know me, you know that I started off as a journalist. I thought I was going to be the next Oprah Winfrey, but it didn't quite work out that way. Yeah, it didn't quite work out that way, but that's okay. That's okay, because she's sharing her mission in her way, and I've got permission to share my mission in my way, and it's all to the good. Okay, so when I was a journalist, it landed me in circles with people like Berry Gordy, Spike Lee, Usher Raymond, Loretta Devine, Richard Branson, President Bill Clinton, so many people. I can't even really name all of them, but I loved being a journalist. I loved being a reporter. I loved bringing the story to people and talking to subject matter experts, people who are experts in their field, doctors, attorneys, engineers, everybody and anything that you can think of, bringing their stories to everyday people to teach them in a way that makes sense for people. And little did I know that very first career as a journalist was going to really prepare me and lay the foundation to be able to take the information from subject matter experts like you. You all are experts in your subject matter, and be able to pull that subject matter out of you and present it to your learners, to your audience, in a way that is going to excite them, engage them, teach them, and inspire them to move forward in their lives. And so I get super excited about that, because I get to use my skills as a journalist every single day when I am digging into people's story, just like yours, and helping them to bring it forth, and so that the world can actually learn from what you have experienced. And so I love the analogy, and I absolutely love that I get to use my skills as a journalist in what I do every day. All right, I am a mom of a spunky 7-year-old, and that's my baby right there, Lady O. That's us in Paris this past summer, a couple months ago. We spent the summer in Paris, and it was so much fun. Well, we were in Paris, we were in Spain, we were in Amsterdam, and that was a lot of fun. So we love to travel. I love to travel with her. I love to travel with my family. And so this past summer, it was Europe, which was awesome. 3 years ago, I started my online business and was able to replace a nearly 6-figure income within 4 months. And this is one of the questions that I get a lot. People want to know, Kat, how did you do that? How in the world did you actually do that? And so I'll be talking with you tonight and sharing with you some ways that that actually did occur, all right? Because I'm not going to say it was easy. I'm not going to tell you that I just woke up one day and poof, voila, you know, it just kind of happened one day. No, I put a lot of energy into it, a lot of money into it, a lot of time into it. And thankfully, you don't have to do that because I've already done that for you. I'm grateful. I'm humble for that I had the opportunity to actually learn what I needed to learn, right? So that I could take what I knew and teach it to the masses. Because I will tell you that 3 years ago, I was not where I am today in terms of just understanding, right, just the world of online business, because I'm a Gen Xer. And if you are a Gen Xer or above, then you did not grow up with cell phones. You did not grow up with all this, you know, techie stuff that kids have today. And so all of this didn't really quite make sense to me. I didn't understand really how you could make money by talking through the phone. It was weird to me. I didn't know a landing page from an opt-in page, from a sales page. I didn't get it. And to be honest with you, I really wasn't really all that interested in getting it. All I was really interested in doing was helping people. And I didn't start out even doing that, to be honest with you. I started out, it was me and my best friend Sam, and we decided that we were going to go on social media and talk about being wives and mothers. And one day somebody asked us about what we do in our regular lives. And I mentioned that I help people to build courses. And I build courses for corporations and businesses. And they were like, well, can you help me? And so I helped one person, and one person turned into 5 people, and 5 people turned into 10 people, and 10 people turned into 20, and 20 turned into 50, and 50 turned, well, you get the point, right? And so now I have thousands of people following me all across the world. I have clients on virtually every continent. And it is amazing. And it has been a beautiful, beautiful ride. And so my mission, again, is to help you all to learn how to do this, how to pull it all together, because I was just like you. I didn't know a landing page from an opt-in page. I couldn't figure out all this old techie stuff and how you make money by talking through a phone. All I knew was that I wanted to help people. And so I spent countless hours. I spent tens of thousands of dollars understanding it, because once I decided that I was in, I was in. Okay, so I am so excited to be able to share some of those strategies and stuff with you, and secrets that people don't really want you to know. Okay, but I'm going to give them to you now. Yeah. All right, so that's a little bit about me. These are just a few of the brands that I have built courses for, taught courses for, and still continue to teach courses for or build courses for. Most recently was Walmart, where I had a 6 six-figure deal with Walmart to build courses for them. I was one of just a very few number of people who were selected as contractors to work with Walmart on some new initiatives that they have going on to build out those courses, restructure courses. And so I was very, very humbled and grateful to be a part of that. And so these are just a few of the brands that I've worked with, built courses for, taught courses for, or have partnerships with. So yeah, so that's a little bit all the boring stuff about me. So one of the questions that I get a lot is, Kat, why should I teach? Like I understand theoretically that it's probably a good thing, but let's talk about why you should actually do this. You should actually be teaching because someone out there right this very moment, I truly believe, is privately praying that you will. Not that I will, not that someone else will, but you, because you have a specific story, a specific experience that's going to help them move forward in their lives. And so that is why you should teach. But let's talk some more about why you should teach, right? So to give you an idea, all right, of the growth that has been occurring back in 2010, right? Way back when the market size was roughly $32 billion. That's billion with a B, right? That's not too bad, not right? So today it's projected that by 2025, this business, right? Online business, teaching what you know, is going to be, right? A $325 billion industry. 325 billion with a B. Okay, so don't take it from me. That comes from Forbes magazine, and I know it to be true. I know it to be the case. All right, just today, and I don't usually share like numbers and figures and stuff because I don't know, I'm just weird about that kind of stuff. But just today, and I think, I don't know, maybe if I'm up to it, maybe I'll show you guys. But I'm really kind of strange, weird about that, because I don't believe in really, I don't think that success is measured in money that you make. I think success is measured in impact that you make, right? But I know that a lot of times, you know, people look at the money and the dollar amount as sort of like a measure and a way to help them to see what's possible. So I share dollar amounts only for that purpose, right? And so just this week, what is it, Tuesday? I don't know what day it is. I have no idea what day it is. I never know what day it is, but whatever day it is, today I made roughly $18,000 in one day. Okay, roughly $18,000. Okay, and maybe if we talk privately, I'll show it to you if you really want to see. All right, but roughly just today. And so I say that to say, you know, not in a braggadocious way, but in a way to show you what is possible for you, what's possible for your life, what's possible for your family, your legacy, so that you can live your life the way you really and truly want to. That's why I share it with you, because I want you to be inspired to move forward and move your mission. Give your mission permission to move, okay? So I hope that inspired somebody. So 90% of all learning in 2016 was informal. What does that mean? What does that mean for you? It means that 90% of the learning that took place was somebody logging in and saying, hey, let me do a search and let me see what I want to learn today. And they're able to go and just find it and take it and learn it. There was no formal education around it. Nobody had to go to college. Nobody had to sign up for a specific program or something like that, right? It was completely informal. No certifications, no degrees, none of that. 90% of it. And that is why there is this push toward this $325 billion industry that's out there, because information is so readily available. Okay, so we're going to talk about, you know, why people would pay for your information? Because see, I get that question a lot too, right? Well, Kat, if this information is out there, why would anybody pay me? Why would anybody pay me? Well, why does anybody pay me for that matter? And then they're looking at me and I'm saying, listen, and I'm going to say the same thing to you. They're going to pay you because it's you. It's not me. It's not Sally, Joe, Susie, John. It's not any of those people. It is you. And you and your life experience has a very specific and unique DNA to it that no one can replicate. And there are people out there right now privately praying that someone with just your expertise and experience is going to come along and help them with theirs. That's why they're going to pay you. All right. That's why they're going to come and want to learn from you. Okay. So we can just squash that whole question about, Kat, why would they pay me? Okay. All right. So the next question that I get a lot is, Kat, what should I teach? Right. So I know the area that I should teach, but which one should I do first? Which course should I teach first underneath this whole umbrella of all the things that I know? I want you to teach what you know, right? And that sounds kind of like obvious, right? But a lot of people sort of run from what they know. How do I know? Because I was one of those people. I was literally one of those people who was running away from what I knew. I didn't even consider it. Remember, I told you that when I first came online, it had nothing to do with building courses or instructional design. Absolutely nothing. I had no intention of trying to make this into a business or anything like that. I already had a business. I already had clients. I was already doing things sort of the way I wanted to. So, I wasn't thinking about teaching what I knew. And so when people came to me and they were like, oh, well, can you help me with my course? Can you help me with this? It really just did not connect with me. And if that's you, or, maybe I'm the only one, maybe I'm the only ding dong, but if that's you and you can relate to that, go ahead and put yes, Kat in the chat. Put yes, Kat in the chat. I would love to know, can you relate? Is anybody honest enough to say, Kat, I wasn't thinking about it either. I seriously wasn't thinking about it. Well, that was me. That was me. And so I wasn't thinking that people actually wanted to know what I knew. I took it for granted. I totally took it for granted. And many of you are taking your experience, your expertise, your gift for granted. Right. And so don't be like me, right, and do that. And so I finally had to wake up, right? I had to wake up and it was like, duh, teach what you know. Teach what you know. Watch your bank account grow. And not only watch your bank account grow, but watch your income grow, right? Watch your impact grow. It's going to grow and it's going to spread throughout the entire world. And that is what is so beautiful and amazing about all of the tears and pain and heartache and tragedy and money and all of the things that you felt like you lost along the way. Guess what? You can regain all of that 100-fold if you just open up your hands and allow and give permission to your mission to proceed. Okay. So I hope that touched somebody. I hope that it inspired somebody to say, yes, 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 Kat, I am going to teach what I know so that not only can I grow my bank account, I can also grow the impact that I want to share in the world, right? I hope that inspired someone. Okay, so listen, once you've gotten to that point and you're like, okay, I know that I want to teach, but I'm not really quite sure what's going to be the most profitable topic. So let's talk about that, okay? So there are 4 different types of profitable topics. Okay, so later we'll talk about different types of courses, but first let's talk about different types of topics that are profitable. So just remember and keep in mind what people pay for, right? People pay for certain things. There is a certain formula to getting paid for what you know how to do. And what you're looking at here are 4 types of profitable topics. And so I want you to see which one we're going to go through each one. And then I want you to see which one falls in line with what you teach and what you know how to do. All right, so the first one here is the professional topics. Okay, so those are topics where you have to be credentialed, you have to be degreed, maybe you have some sort of managerial experience or leadership experience. So and there are many more that fall underneath professional, and some of them can kind of cross-pollinate, but I think this will give you a good cross-section to see exactly what type of topics are profitable, right? So people pay for process and people pay for access. Okay, remember that and you'll never go broke. Okay, people pay for access and people pay for process. So the reason why these are the most profitable is because they have something to do with teaching people process or giving them access. Okay, process or access. And so let's go ahead and talk through each one of them so that you can see sort of what I mean. All right, so if you have a professional topic where maybe you're an attorney, maybe you're a doctor, you know, those are credentialed professions that you're helping people that way. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next one is experiential. Okay, so experiential topic means that you have an experience that you can then take and help people by helping them through your experience. Okay, so that means that maybe you are a personal or life coach, maybe you coach people on marriage and relationships, right? Or home and family. Spiritual mindset falls underneath this because it is largely based on your personal experience with certain topics. It's very personal, interpersonal. And so maybe you have a topic that is experiential. Okay, and so remember that people pay for process and people pay for access. So if you fall into experiential, you want to remember that in order to be profitable with your experiential topic, you have to help people with process. You have to help them process through to the thing that you're trying to get them to. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see people making who are in an experiential topic is that they never, ever give people the process of getting from A to B, right? From getting from A to B spiritually, with mindset, with relationships. They never really help them with an actual process. And then they come to me and they're like, Kat, how come I'm not making money with my course on mindset? How come I'm not making money with my course on relationships? How come you're not making money on it? Because you don't have a process. You're talking to people about it, but you're not teaching people about it. You're talking, but you're not teaching. You're not giving them a step-by-step way in order to get through that experience of their own. Okay, so remember that and you'll never go broke. Okay, technical topics. Technical topics include mine, course building, instructional design, QuickBooks, Windows, computers, systems. So if you are teaching someone anything that has to do with systems or process, then you definitely have a profitable topic. Okay, so if you fall in that technical realm, then you're in there with me. Again, some of these can kind of cross-pollinate, but for the most part, you get it. They fall into their own categories. All right, and next is certifiable. So in the certifiable topic, that means that you are a certified coach. That means that maybe you help other people to get certified as well. So sometimes people don't think about the other side of the certification. Like they only think of getting certified, but they don't really think about, oh, you know what? I can actually help prepare people to get certified. I can do exam prep. I can do test prep. I can do studying with them. I can help them to actually pass this test. Maybe the test is one that is super expensive. Maybe it's super difficult. And you can make a ton of money just helping people to get through their certification. Okay, so if you haven't thought about that, definitely think about it. All right, and if you have a topic that is regulated, maybe you help people to get government contracts or do something with the government or something with taxes or something. So anything that is regulated, that is a profitable topic because it is process related, right? And people want access to information about how to either get more of something or to avoid something. So some of your topics are ones where people want to avoid pain. They want to avoid missteps or mistakes. So they want to avoid mistakes on their taxes. They want to avoid mistakes at work. They want to avoid mistakes in their personal life. They want to avoid those sorts of things, but they're also running to certain things as well. So if you look at your topic, you can find your topic in here. So right now I want to take a moment and I want to see where your topic lies. Okay, so I want to know which one you have. So tell me where it falls, and if you see your topic under there, put the topic and then tell me if it's professional, experiential, technical, or certifiable. And if you don't know, I can help you walk through that. If you've got a topic and you're like, Kat, I don't know which one mine is. Okay, so I'm going to come right on over here to the chat section and see which ones yours falls under. All right, let's see what we've got here. All right, so let's see here. Andrea says experiential, awesome. Angela says experiential, she's spiritual. Healing from NPD, experiential, says Robin, excellent. Sherry says experiential. Sherry says, oh, there you go. She said experimental. I was like, experimental, what's that? Okay, awesome. Melinda, experiential. Very good. Naida, I think mine is between professional and experiential. Okay, tell me what yours is, Naida. Remind me what yours is. And remember I said that that some of them may cross-pollinate between the two, so it absolutely could be a mix between the two, which means you have even more opportunities to monetize on that particular topic. All of these topics are profitable, and if some of yours fall between more than one, that's even more opportunity for you. Okay, so for example, I'll give you guys an example on mine. Okay, Stephanie says professional and certifiable, excellent. Naida says financial literacy, but I'm a licensed financial advisor. Okay, very good, Naida. That's awesome. So you have a lot of opportunities here. So as a financial advisor, all right, so you have an opportunity because you are a credentialed person, you're professional, but you also probably can help people under this technical too. All right, and certifiable. You can probably help people to get certified as well as help people who need someone who has that certification. So I can definitely see where you fall under certain ones. So when you're thinking about what should I teach, not only should you be thinking about, what you're passionate about, but you also want to think about, how does my topic fall in line on the spectrum of those that are going to be most profitable. That's okay, Sherry, I got you. Grief and professional, licensed professional counselor, board certified counselor. Yeah, so Sherry, yours falls into at least two categories because you've got the experiential and then you've got the certifiable, right? So you can actually teach people how to get certified in your particular area. All right, so not only can you help those folks, you can also help people who want to do what you do. Okay, so trust me, there is a lot of money in that. That is a very, very profitable topic and an opportunity for you to impact the lives of so many people. So so I love showing this graphic. Was this helpful? If this was helpful, say yes, Kat. I try to put up things based on the questions that I get and based on, a lot of the things that people people ask me, if this helped you, please say yes, Kat, and that will let me know that I need to share this with more people, so that you can really see what the possibilities are for you and your business. Okay, Naida says yes, Kat. Andrea says yes, Kat. Angela says very helpful. Yes, Kat. Constance says yes, Kat. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. That lets me know that this is a graphic that I'm going to keep to help people to really get a picture of really what you can accomplish with the skill set that you have, right? So for example, for mine falls under technical, of course, because there is a technical way to actually build and put together courses. There is a methodical way of doing that. It also falls under professional, because I am helping people, because I do the coaching piece of it. I'm also credentialed. I am degreed. That also allows me to do this. I fall under certifiable as well, because I am able to help people to pass the certifications and the courses that they need in order to become instructional designers. So people who want to do what I do, I coach those folks too. So I coach people who want to do what I do for a living, right? And there is a part of what I do that is experiential, where I'm helping people with their mindset and their money mindset, and helping them to break free of some of those limiting beliefs and limiting perspectives that will prevent them from actually moving forward with their mission. So I am grateful to really sort of be across this entire spectrum, and you probably are too, if you really think about how you serve and what you teach. Okay, so I'm glad this was helpful. All right, so let's move on to the 5 keys to building a profitable business around your skill time. What skill set? It is all the way go time. All right, so let's talk about that. All right, so the 5 keys that I have found, remember I told you that when I first started out in this business, I did not know a landing page from opt-in page. I didn't know any of that. Nobody knew me. I was completely unknown. And I went from unknown to unstoppable in about 4 months. It took me about 4 months. And this is one of the questions that I get a lot, that people want to know, Kat, how those of you all, and some of you all may even be on this call right now, right, who have been following me from the very beginning, like remember me from the Kat and Sam days. That's a long time ago, okay? If you remember me from the Kat and Sam days, y'all know there was a lot of shenanigans going on back then, right? But people ask me, Kat, how did you, go from unknown to like now all these people know you and following you and all this kind of stuff? All right, it has a lot to do with building credibility, okay? So the 5 C's, one of them is building credibility. There is a way to do it. I'm telling you, it is formulaic. I learned a lot of it from being a journalist, because you have to gain the trust of people very quickly in order to get them to share with you information that is going to help you to help them, okay? So building credibility, building it quickly is super important. There is a method to doing it. There is a way to do it that helps you to do it quickly and avoid some of the mistakes that will, that will sort of derail your credibility. Okay, so you definitely want to establish your credibility, and I believe in 3 principles: one of congruency, one of consistency, and one of fluency. Okay, so congruency is being the same person, right? No matter where I see you, that you are congruent with your message. That no matter if I see you out at the Walmart, or if I see you out at Nordstrom's, or if I see you online, or no matter where, I might see you at the bank, right? So if you're teaching your skill set, I'm definitely going to see you at the bank. That's for sure, right? But no matter where I see you, you are the same person across the spectrum. And so congruency is really, really super important, okay? Consistency is also one of those key factors that is very important when you are establishing credibility. And this is the factor. I find that this is the the primary determinant as to whether or not people are actually able to build that credibility factor quickly, because most people cannot maintain consistency. Most people cannot maintain consistency to save their lives. And because of that, they break the cycle of trust with their audience. They break the cycle of trust with the people who are following them when they fall off, when they say, oh, I'm too tired, I'm not going to show up, whatever it is, whatever the reasoning is, and it's inconsistency. And so one of the things that really, really, really just this, makes me want to teach this is because there are so many ways for you to show up without having to kill yourself to do it. Like, you shouldn't have to do that. This should be a joy. This shouldn't be a burden to you. And there is way too much technology, and there are way too many ways for you to show up to that you don't have to be inconsistent and break your cycle of trust and credibility with the people who are following you. It's just not necessary, right? Not in this day and time. And so consistency is going to be really, really key. All right, fluency. Fluency is your ability to speak the language of your community, to speak the language of those who are following you, to understand what they're saying to you and be able to articulate it back to them in a way that they understand, and a way that speaks to them and speaks to their heart and their mind and their soul. That is fluency. When we understand that we are not here to teach people our language so that they can communicate with us. No, that is not the way. It is so that our job is to understand the language of those who are coming to us for help. So too many times I see influencers and I see people who have their own communities and they've got their own businesses, and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to teach them my way, and I'm going to show them this and that. And I'm like, listen, you can't show anybody your way until you are able to communicate in the way that your learners are coming to you. They've got to be able to understand you and where you're coming from, and you got to understand them. And so the onus is on you to listen, to be able to take what they told you and to transfer that information back to them in a way that they can understand. Remember, I talked about my background as a journalist, and I will tell you that I would have never been successful at that if I was not able to get fluent with the people that I was talking to. That doesn't mean that I understand the engineer, the doctor, the lawyer. That doesn't mean I know all the jargon, but that means that I can listen and draw from what they're saying and be able to have a conversation with them enough to be able to pull out that content and put it out there in a way that's actually going to teach someone. And that is what I want to teach you how to do. I want to teach you how to take that information that you have built up over the last 10, 20, 30 years or more, and put it out in a way that your learners are going to gravitate to it naturally, to where you are not having to evangelize about your course, where you're not having to stand up with a bullhorn and say, please, please, please take my course. No, that's not what it's all about. It's about creating an environment where the people who are designed to learn from you are going to naturally want to take your course. That's what it's about, okay? I'm going to come over here to the chat and join the conversation. I want to get your input. I want to get your insights. I want to see what you think about what I've said. And if you understand what I'm saying and you get it, I want you to say, got it, Kat, in the chat. Got it, Kat, in the chat. That lets me know you got it. That means that you understand the principles of congruency, consistency, fluency. And if you can get this, Robin, if you can get this, Andrea, if you can get this, Constance, then that means that you are just that that much closer to being able to close the gap between where you are now and where you're going to be once you get these concepts and you start really consistently applying them in your business. You're going to say, oh my gosh, all these people from around the world are now like they get me and I get them, and these are my people. Some people call them a tribe, some people call it a community. Whatever it is that you call it, that's what you're going to have if you're able to implement these principles. Okay, I have found it to be true in my life, in my business, and I have found it to be true in the business of those that I serve. Okay, very good, very good. All right, so let's move on to building community. All right, the second C is community. You have got to build a community. Why, Kat? Why do I have to do that, Kat? I don't want the responsibility of that, Kat. Well, then you know what? I say, well, then you know what? If you don't want the responsibility of a community, then you might want to just go get a job, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with having a job. There is something wrong with not wanting to support the people who are supporting you. You've got to build community. Number one, if you don't have a community, then who are you giving impact to? I don't know, right? The other thing is that if you don't have a community, you don't have anybody to sell to. Like eventually, those folks are going to be the ones who support you. All right, you're supporting them, and they're going to support you. So you've got to build a community, and so that is super, super important. So you want to build a community online as well as offline, not just online. Some people are all online, and some people are all offline. And those people who are all offline, they find out very, very quickly that you've also got to build a community online. And those who are online, they find out very, very quickly that you also have to build your community offline. Okay, so this is a picture of me back here in the corner. That's me in the blue, with some of my community members, some of those that I mentor here in Atlanta. Sometimes we get together and we just work. We get in a room and we close the door and we just work it out and learn. And you've got to build your community offline, okay, as well as online, so you can have that connection. And not only that you can have that connection, but that you're able to understand the needs of those who are looking to you for support. And you can't do that if you never communicate with them, okay? And communicate, when I say communicate, I mean commune, right? Like commune with them. You have to commune with them. You have to connect with them so that you can understand what it is that they really need. Okay, super, super important. All right, so the third C is building content. Wow, this is important. This is a huge one. Building content, and one of the ways that one of the things that I like to emphasize and teach the most is video content. All right, video content is so important. I know you've heard that before, but I'm going to say it again. If you heard it a million times, I'm going to give it to you 1,000,002, because video is one of the quickest, fastest ways to impact people's lives. Okay, video moves at the speed of sound. People get video, even if they don't get your word, they get the video. So video content is one of the things that I emphasize a lot in your marketing strategy and your marketing plan. I have literally thousands of videos on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope, on Instagram. I have literally thousands of videos. Now, you don't have to have thousands of videos, but you do have to create video content, because that is really the money magnetizing factor, right? That is what's going to draw the money to you. So why is that? Because people are going to get a chance to see if they want to work with you, right? And if you don't have video out there, then that means they got to take the time to read something. And you ain't heard it from me, but people don't really like to read that much, okay? So people love video. That's just the way it is. And if you don't like video, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to get with the program. So one of the things that I do is I teach you how to use video even if you don't like video. Like, even if you don't like video, you don't have to like video. You don't even have to be on video most of the time if you don't want to. But you know, there are ways to kind of get around that. But there are also ways, like, you don't have to be on social media all day, every day. Like, who does that? Well, some people do that, but I don't recommend it. I know me, I'm a busy wife, I'm a busy mom, ain't nobody got time for that. So I don't believe in being on camera all day, every day. I think you have to strategically outlay your video content. And don't forget, I've been doing this for a few years now, so I have tons and tons of video. But even if you're just getting started, it's not about the number of videos that you have, it's about the impact that you're making with those videos. How to do a call to action, how to show up on camera with credibility, right? How to make sure that you're showing up on purpose, how to make sure that you're actually teaching and not just talking, okay? Which is what so many people do, and they wonder why they can't sell their courses, is because they're talking and not teaching. Big, huge difference, okay? And so, yeah, this is going to draw your target market to you. So content is super important. Video is the easiest way to do it. Even though it makes people a little bit nervous, it's the easiest. And once you learn how to make sure that that all of your systems are a go, once you know how you're going to show up on camera, all of that good stuff, you're going to see that it's not as intimidating as you might think. Okay. All right. So we're not going to take a break. We're going to go right on through because I want to have time to answer your questions. So the fourth C is building courses. Okay, building courses, right? So that's what we're all about. We're going to build vehicles to make sure that we are teaching our people. So I promised you that I was going to share with you the 7 most profitable types of courses. So I'm going to do that, as well as introduce you to some of my clients, some of the folks that I have had the pleasure and honor of helping them to get their knowledge out into the world. And so I will share some of those with you. All right, this is the amazing Dr. Vicki Barbosa. I love Dr. Vicki. She teaches people how to maintain their skin. She's a dermatologist, and she is fantastic. I absolutely love her. And when she came to me, she was like, Kat, listen, I am a doctor. I'm a dermatologist. I don't do courses. I need you to help me to do that. And so I've sort of put up here the level of difficulty along with the income potential. So out of 5 pencils, I give online courses about 4 pencils, just because there are a lot of moving pieces and things to think about. And that was one of the things that I helped Dr. Vicki with when she came to me. And so Dr. Vicki was like, how in the world am I going to take all of this knowledge that I have from teaching people how to, have healthier skin and have healthier hair and turn it into something that people are actually going to pay me for? And did they ever pay her? They did pay her, and they paid her well, and they are still paying her for her online courses she has about skin and beauty. It is a self-paced course. That's what an online course is. That means that people can take it at their convenience. It's digital content. There is typically a single focus, right? So not a million things we're talking about. It's typically a single focus. 6 to 12 modules is something that's typical. 12 is a little on the high side, I think. But somewhere in between there is where most modules fall in line and should. And there is no instructor physically present. Okay, so online courses are really, really attractive to a lot of people because they don't have to actually be there. They can be on the beach sipping on something fruity, or like me at the Eiffel Tower or the Arc de Triomphe or somewhere else, right, while people are learning from you. So online courses are very, very popular for that reason. And I love online courses. That's my jam. That's what I do as an instructional designer. And so, yeah, online courses. So if you have an online course, I want to know about it. Put it in the comment section. If you have an online course already, go ahead and give me the title of it. Give me the title and topic of your online course. I'd like to know if you have one. All right. All right. So the next type of course that we'll talk about is a pay and play course. I love pay and play courses, right? So this is what we're doing now in a challenge that I'm hosting right now. But a pay and play course is one of the easiest courses you can do, but it's also very profitable as well. So just because you only see 3 money bags up there, don't get it twisted. Pay and play courses are very, very profitable, especially if you have a larger audience, to people who can actually, pay for it. Okay, so this is where people get immediate access to your course after paying for it. Thus the term pay and play. Okay, so they pay and then they can play your course. It's typically a video, that's single topic. It's built out in about 60 to 90 minutes. It's digital and there's no instructor physically present. Okay, they literally pay for it and get access to it. It could also include worksheets, downloads, other things that'll help people to actually absorb the information. Okay, you guys don't forget to put your questions. I know I'm moving kind of quickly. Uh-oh, I took myself off screen share. Sorry. But if you have questions, feel free to put them down in the comment section, so that I can answer your questions. Okay, let me just walk on over here and see. Okay, Melinda says, I have tons of video that I would like to repurpose and put out there. I need a system to go with it. The Dare to Love Marriage Academy. I love that. And yes, absolutely, Melinda. You definitely want to repurpose content. There's a way to do that methodically so that people don't feel like you're just sort of rehashing content. So yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're doing that in a strategic way. Robin says the recovery to discovery course. I love that. Recovery to discovery. Awesome. Recovering your heart and discovering who you are after NPD divorce. Okay, very good. Awesome, awesome. So you guys already know you've got these courses out here. Pay and play course is a great type of course. This is my client, Isha Neal. Isha is located in Australia. She's awesome. I absolutely love Isha. She is also known as the Biz Mom Coach. She helps her clients and her learners with understanding how to create work-life balance at home. And so she is absolutely amazing. So Isha created this pay and play course as part of a challenge that she decided to participate in. I was doing this challenge, I don't know, a couple times ago, and she participated. And that's one of the times that I had first met Isha. And so this was a course that she made. I was so proud of her. She totally rocked it. And like many other people, was selling her course before we were even done with the challenge. So pay and play courses are fairly easy. That's why I gave it 2 out of 5 pencils, but the income potential, 3 out of 5 money bags. Okay. Very good. Some of you guys have pay and play courses. I'm going to have to edit this video, like seriously. All right, so here we go. After pay and play courses, we've got group coaching. All right, group coaching is awesome. I love group coaching because it really allows you to connect with your learners. It allows you to connect with your folks and teach them. I love teaching, and I love connecting with my audience and people who want to learn from me. And so group coaching is awesome. This is another type of course that you can do. Level of difficulty, I gave it 2 out of 5 pencils because really you're just sharing your gift. You are sharing your knowledge with your audience. And so because you know it, it's not that difficult to do. But the income potential is very, very high for group coaching programs. Okay, so that's something that you can put together around that whole process that we were talking about earlier. So remember I told you that people pay for process and people pay for access. So group coaching is definitely one that you want to consider. It can include online learning, so you absolutely can give them access to online learning. It typically has a single focus, and it can be terminal or ongoing. So you can have it for where it goes on for like 3 months, 6 months, 4 months, 12 weeks, something like that. Or it can just be an ongoing group, and it's typically a membership group. So So somebody was talking earlier about the subscription group that they have. The group coaching could fall in line with that if it is an actual membership. Okay, so remember that memberships are different than other types of programs in that memberships, people can typically get in or out of them as they choose to. Okay, so you have to sort of look at the weigh the pros and cons so that you can see which type of setup is going to be best for you and what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so private coaching. This is another type of course structure that you can put together. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about Teresa. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to tell you about Nurse T. I'm moving so fast. I want to make sure I get your questions. All right, so group coaching. So this is Nurse T. Nurse T is amazing. She is one of my clients. I absolutely love and adore her. She came to me and was like, Kat, I don't even know if I can afford your program. Your program is like it's not cheap, but I just knew I had to work with you. And so this is Nurse T, and she got into the program. She got, not sure how she was going to, she said she didn't know how she was going to pay me. And I was like, well, I'll tell you how you're going to pay me. You are going to focus on the things that are the strategies that I give you so that you can start making money right away. And so she thankfully she listened and she followed my every instruction, and within 30 days of being in my program, Nurse T had made over $19,000. Okay, she made over $19,400 and some change, and it really takes her to tell you the story, her testimonial. And I would love to send that out to you. If you guys want to hear her testimonial and hear from her words, just say yes, Kat, in the chat. Just say yes, Kat, in the chat, and I'll make sure that my assistant sends you out her actual testimonial where she is so funny, where she's actually talking about how nervous she was to get into my program and how it she couldn't even believe it. And then within 30 days, she totally crushed it and made almost $20,000 within 30 days. Okay, so if you want to hear her testimonial, we'll be sure to send it out to you. Just put yes, Kat, in the comment section, and we'll make sure we get that out to you. Okay, let me go ahead over here and just peek so that I can see, and hopefully my my assistant, one of them, is still on here. Please take note of those who want to see Nurse T's testimonial. Okay, I see. Yes, Kat. Yes, Kat. Yes, Kat. Okay, awesome. Okay, I will listen. Michelle, please go ahead and make a note to send everybody Nurse T's testimonial after this as part of the replay, okay? So that everybody gets that. I think you'll really enjoy that. She's so inspirational, and she's funny too. Okay, so we'll be sure to send that out to you. Okay, next type of course, private coaching. Private coaching is another type of course, right? It's another way for you to package your skill set. All right, so a lot of people like private coaching. I enjoy private coaching, and a lot of my clients enjoy private coaching because some people just don't want to be in a group, right? So there's a different way to coach private clients. Okay, like my client here, this is Abby Wangambe. I absolutely love and adore her as well. She is an amazing business coach in her own right. She's absolutely beautiful. She shares her gift with the entire world, with Kenya, other countries in Africa, and all across the United States. She is absolutely amazing and beautiful. And when she came to me, she was like, Kat, listen, I need to package my stuff, but I don't want to be in no group. Like, seriously, like, I will come to events and I will come and do stuff, but I'm not really with the group thing. So you are going to have people who are just like that. Like, they just want you to themselves, and they don't want to have to share you with a whole bunch of people. So it would behoove you to put together your private coaching program, right? And there is a method to doing that to make sure that you don't get burnt out from that, and making sure that you're actually giving those private coaching clients the attention that they need as well, and the support that they need. Okay, so so private coaching, level of difficulty, I gave that 2 out of 5 pencils, because really you're sharing your gift with your private clients, and it should be like helping a girlfriend, except she's paying you, except that she's she's paying you to help her move forward in a methodical way, right? And the income potential is very, very high with private coaching clients. Okay, so it is virtual instructor led for the most part. That means that mostly it's done via webinar, just like we're on right here, but it can also be done in person as well. Okay, so virtual instructor led just simply means via webinar, and and you can also do it in person as well. So it can also include online learning if you wanted to. You can give them access to your portal. If they're a private coaching client, more than likely they are paying a very high price for your coaching, for coaching them privately. Okay, so just remember that when it comes to pricing your programs, pricing your courses, the more time that they have with you without having to share you, your time comes at a premium. So you're able to charge more for your to your private coaching clients, because literally they have you to themselves, right? And you have to take into consideration the opportunity costs, right? Opportunity costs are those costs to you of not being somewhere and being somewhere else that someone wants you to be. So there's a cost to that. So anytime my attention is over here with Abby or anybody else, any of my other private coaching clients, I can't be over here. So I have to make provisions for that in the pricing structure that I have with my private coaching clients. Okay, so so they're definitely paying a premium to be private with me. Okay, and some people just don't want to be in a group. Okay, so let me know if you have questions about that. So private coaching, that is another way for you to share your gifts. Okay, membership site. All right, I love me a membership site. Okay, a membership site is, I put the level of difficulty at 4 out of 5 pencils, just because there are a lot of things to think about. Sometimes people have membership sites and they just kind of put content into some sort of learning management system without any strategy behind it. And then they're like, oh, Kat, how come I can't get anybody in my membership site? Well, that's because there's more to think about than just putting content in a system. Okay, you got to have a strategy behind it. And I love membership sites. This is my client. This is Chandron Pemberton. Absolutely love her. Chandron is a small business owner in Atlanta, and she came to me a couple of years ago and was like, Kat, what I want to do is I want to create a membership site for all of my clients to be able to access content, and I want to be able to charge them a monthly subscription to have access to that membership site. Can you help me put that together? And so we worked on her site. We put her membership site together, right, that was specific to her audience and her learners, and she is making a ton of money. Let's just say, I don't like putting people's numbers out there, but she's making a whole lot of money with her membership site. That is Chandron. Absolutely love her. She's amazing. And so what she's doing is she's got this, she's got her membership site, but she's also included some instructor-led training as well. So she's included some webinars as part of her membership, but it includes largely online learning, so people can access it anytime they get ready to. Usually there is multiple, there's a multiple focus membership site, which means that you can teach them lots of things in a membership site, right? So we put hers together where we sort of categorize the things that they were going to be learning from A to Z, sort of soup to nuts, and then that way they could sort of pick and choose which thing they wanted to learn about at that particular time. And so multiple focus, Terminal, your membership site can be terminal or ongoing, which means that it can last for a specific period of time, or it can act or it can be ongoing. Okay. So lots of ways to structure your membership site. You can structure it in terms of pricing. You can go from low dollar to high dollar, depending on your audience. You can start off with a $7 membership site. You can start off with it being $17. So there is a threshold for membership sites where people join and they stay without thinking about it. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys that number. So if you have a membership site and you're like, Kat, you know, I've got some churn going on, and churn is where people fall out of your membership. That's churn. Okay, so I've got some churn and I want to stop the churn, or I want to rethink my strategy. So I always give them that number, and that number is $17. Okay, remember that, $17. $17 is the amount that people will pay consistently without like ruffling their feathers, without them being like, you know what, I meant to cancel that thing, you know. So you don't want people saying, you know what, I should cancel that. Number one, you want to make sure that you're giving them amazing value in your membership. But the other thing is that keep it around that $17 mark if you want to make sure that you know, that people don't get tired of paying it, right? The higher the dollar amount, the more amazing that value needs to be. Okay, so that doesn't mean that you don't want to price it over $17. It just means that, just to keep that in mind, like if you're just starting out, you might want to price it anywhere from $7 to $17. That doesn't mean you're not making any money, because as you can see, I gave it 4 out of 5 money bags. Okay, I gave it 4 out of 5 money bags. So if you know 100 people who need what you have in a membership site, then a membership site might be right for you, because $17 times $100, y'all do the math. Because $1,700, look, I wouldn't snub my nose at $1,700 right now. Okay, I don't know about you, but $1,700 is not bad to know that you're going to bring that in every single month from a membership site. Okay, so I love me a membership site. Okay, never met one I didn't like. Okay, all right, so membership sites, that is another way for you to make money with your skills and your gifts. All right, webinars, the infamous webinar. I love webinars. I put that at a difficulty of 4 out of 5 pencils, because webinars do have a lot of moving pieces, and you have to be able to coordinate those things and keep your wits about yourself, even if things don't go all the way you had planned, right? But the more you do them, the more you practice, the better you're going to get at your webinars. The income potential is really high, super high, all right, with webinars, because you can use them to convert your learners into buyers. Okay, so webinars are amazing. Why? Because they employ video. I've already told you about the importance of video in your business. Okay, so that's one of the reasons that webinars are so highly effective when it comes to the part of selling and conversion. All right, so webinars are also called virtual instructor-led trainings. That means that it's virtual. It means that it is led by an instructor, just like you see here. It's led by me. I'm actually live, but you can't actually like reach out and touch me, and I can't touch you either, right? So that it's virtual. Okay, so great for conversion, great for giving content. 45 minutes to 90 minutes is what you're looking at for most webinars. And most webinars have a single focus, just like this one does, which is all about teaching you how to use your skill set, how to use your skills to make them dollar bills, honey. Okay, so I love me a webinar. This is Jennifer Yarbrough. She is a grant writing expert and one of my clients. She is absolutely wonderful and amazing. All of my clients are experts in their field. They are heavyweights. They are people who have paid their dues, and have learned and gotten the experience that they need to share with the world. And so I am, again, very humble and proud that they have allowed me to be a part and given me permission to be a part of their mission. And Jennifer is, she is just wonderful. She helps nonprofits all over the country and in fact, all over the world. And she grows nonprofits. She helps them to be solvent and to be sustainable. And so so Jennifer was like, Kat, listen, I know about building nonprofits, but I don't know nothing about birthing no courses. That's what she said. All right, you don't know nothing about birthing no courses, right? So I might actually throw in, Jennifer has a testimonial too, where she's talking about just building her webinar and making money with her webinars. And so we put together her webinar, her scripts. There are scripts for webinars. There are PowerPoints for webinar slides that you can sort of follow along. It's kind of formulaic at this point, but there are things that you can do to spice it up and give it your own flavor. And that's what a lot of people don't do, but you definitely should do. Just like Jennifer, if you've ever been on one of her webinars, you will see her flavor, her tone come out, and you know, in her experience. So I love a great webinar. Hopefully you're enjoying this one. If you're enjoying this webinar and it's giving you life and it's giving you inspiration and it's giving you knowledge that you need to move forward, please say yes, Kat. Please put yes, Kat, in the chat. That lets me know that you're getting value. Remember, my promise to you at the beginning of this is that I was going to give you value. And so I am hoping that I am giving you value. This lets me know, yes, Kat, this is giving me value, okay? That lets me know what I need to share with other people all around the world, just like you, okay? So I appreciate that. All right, so instructor-led training. Instructor-led training is yet another way that you can use your gifts, package your skill set, and make a whole heap ton of money in the process, okay? So level of difficulty, that is a 5 out of 5. I gave instructor-led training a 5 out of 5 because you are literally in front of people, and you have to sustain yourself, maintain yourself. You have to have timing. You have to hold the room. You have to be able to get through your content, teach people, but entertain people and keep them engaged in what you're doing. Listen, it is not easy to stand in front of people and teach them something for an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, half a day, a whole day, whatever it is not easy to do. So instructor-led training, I'm going to give that a 5 out of 5 in terms of difficulty, but the income potential is huge. All right, it is absolutely huge. The income potential for instructor-led training, especially if you are selling from the stage, that sort of thing. Those of you all know who know more about my history, you know that I used to work for Skill Path Seminars as well as National Seminars Group, and I used to travel around the country teaching people all sorts of topics. I used to teach them all sorts of soft skills. I even taught course building as well, right? So I traveled all around, and one of the things that I did was I sold from the stage, okay? So I would teach them, and then I would sell the back of the room items, right? So if you've ever heard the term selling from the back of the room, that is something that I did for a long time, and I made a heap ton of money doing it. And I love. Number one, I love teaching in person. The number two, I actually love teaching people how to sell to the back of the room, because that's something that I had to do. And listen, it wasn't always easy, but I perfected it, I mastered it, and I killed it, okay? And so this is Dara Edwards. She is one of my clients. She is also amazing. Dara Edwards is a pharmacist, and Dara wanted to teach people, and she wanted to travel around teaching people in person how not to mix up their medications and kill themselves with their medication. I said, well, honey, if I can help you with that mission, please give me permission to be in on that, because I think that is an amazing mission. And so we put together her instructor-led training, and she has been traveling around the country. She's even been to Africa and other places where she has been teaching people how to manage their medications, their medication therapy, and all of that. So she is amazing as well. And her income potential has exponentially grown just because she was willing to step out there and teach people in person, okay? Because that comes at a premium. That comes at a premium cost, okay? So hopefully you guys are still with me. I know that we've been on for a little bit of time, but I hope that this is providing value. I promised you that I would be providing you value, and so I hope that that is what this is doing for you. All right, so you're going to be thinking, which one of these courses is for me? Do I start here? You know, which one do I do first? Can I maybe combine a couple of them? Those sorts of things. All right, so the main thing that I wanted you to get out of it is that this is your way to build cash flow. All right, this is a way for you to build impact, but this is also the fifth and final C, that it is a way for you to build cash flow into your business. I do it. I teach my clients how to do it, and I put this little chart together because I wanted to help you to see how you could actually do this. And this is actually, you know, the steps that I did way back when. Remember, I was telling you back in 2015, right, that I was starting out and I was trying to figure this thing out. And so I combined a few of these things way back then, right? And I didn't have that many people following me at the time, but I had roughly 50 people across these different areas here. So I really focused on these four types of courses. And so if you know 50 people, if you think that you know 50 people who would want to learn from you right now, right this moment, please put yes, Kat, in the chat. Please put yes, Kat, in the chat. I am here to tell you that you don't have to have a huge social media following. You don't have to have a huge list. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on Facebook ads in order to create a really nice income for yourself, okay? So people are like, Kat, how were you able to replace your almost six-figure job with, you know, with doing this stuff online? How were you able to do it? Well, this is how I was able to do it. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm showing it to you right now. So if you know 50 people who need to learn from you, please go ahead and put yes, Kat, in the comment section. I'm going to show you how 50 people can change your life and help you to quit your job and live your life and create your business and the impact that you want. And then at that point, you're multiplying it. You're multiplying it over and over and over, and 50 people are going to turn into 100 people, and 100 people are going to turn into even more than that, okay? So let's just say, this is theoretical here, let's just say that you have an online course. It's $497. You got 20 people into that particular course, all right? You've made over $9,000. You've made over $10,000 just with the online course. Seriously, just with the online course alone. But add group coaching to it. Let's just say you're just starting out, all right? You're just starting out, and you're not confident enough to go over $197 right now. But let's just say you got 10 people paying you $197 every single month to be in your group membership. Okay, so now we're up to another $2,000 per month. Okay, so who couldn't use another $2,000 a month in your life right now? Seriously? Okay, so then you got the private coaching. So let's just say you're just getting started, right? You're just getting started, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna charge, you know, $297 a month for my private coaching because, you know, that's just what you decide to do. I made these numbers really super conservative just so that you can see that you don't have to go all crazy with the numbers in order for it to make sense in your life and be meaningful in your life, right? So you got 5 clients paying you $297 a month. Okay, now you're up to an additional almost $1,500 a month. Okay, and then let's just say you decide to put together a membership and you decide that you're going to charge $27 You got 15 people. That's going to give you an additional $405 every single month. Okay. So now we're up to 10, 12, 13, 14. We're up to almost $15,000 a month just with these small numbers that I've just put right here. Like, these are super small numbers. I'm being really conservative. Some of you all on this call right now probably have prices that are way higher than this, and you probably got more people than this in your audience who want to learn from you. These are just small numbers, right? So I want you, remember I said that I want you to see the possibilities, even with small numbers. This was me back in 2015. This is literally me back then. All right. So of course now my courses are much more expensive, you know. Nobody's getting in a group program for $197, that's for sure. But it doesn't matter, right? The whole point is that you can definitely do this. Is this not doable? If this is doable and you see it's doable, please put yes, Kat, right? If you see that this is doable, somebody say yes, Kat. Somebody say, I can do this. Like, this isn't that hard. Like, this isn't rocket science. And if I got somebody to lead me, help me, guide me, I can do this. If you can do this and you see the possibility, give me a yes, Kat. Give me a yes, Kat. You can do this. I promise you. I didn't know a landing page from an opt-in page, from a nobody's page to a self. I didn't know any of that stuff. And I was able to accomplish this just by myself without knowing any of that stuff. All right, without even knowing it. Okay, so I'm just showing you that what is possible for you. Okay, totally doable. Okay, so remember I told you that I believe that permission precedes the mission. I believe that right down into my soul. I'm not going to ever push anything on you. I'm never ever going to insert myself, be aggressive. I believe that you have to give permission in order for people to be a part of your mission, right? And so this is how I do it, right? I teach the 5-step course to 10K, right? So you'll hear me say course to 10K, members of course to 10K. This is what they learn in a nutshell. In a nutshell, they're learning how to build influence, that credibility that we talked about. They're learning how to build and engage community on and offline, how to build their content, video development, live streaming, webinars. They are mastering video content. They are learning how to build passive and active income offers, such as a membership sites, online courses, the things that we talked about, right? And they are also building out profit sustainability so that they can have that recurring income that I just showed you. It is a process, and it goes and it comes full circle. All right. So the people who have given me permission to share in their mission, this is what I teach them how to do. It is not a secret, right? And again, I say, you know, people try to make it sound like it's all rocket science-y and stuff like that, like pay me because like nobody else can teach you this. No, there are plenty of people out here who are teaching people how to do this. It is how they're teaching them to do it. It's how they're teaching them to do it. So I'll give you all, especially for those of you all who may be new to me, a little bit of glimpse inside of how I actually share my gift with the world. How I teach this process is that I believe in giving a lot of support. So that means that the folks who are in my program, they get at least 9 levels of support. I just added a 10th level of support that they get. They are all on my Telegram app. That means that I'm able to watch what they're doing in the background. I send them messages. I send them voice messages. I watch I look at their homework. I check their homework. That means that they're not just doing things in the dark and don't know if they're doing it right or doing it wrong. No, when they upload their homework to the group, I check their homework. I give them feedback. They'll go back. They'll make some adjustments. They'll put it up there again. I'll check it again. I don't have limits on how many times I will look at what they have. We also have a client success manager who is in the group, who is answering questions. So if you lose your login or you don't know what time the meeting is or something like that, she's there to support as well as myself. Those who are in my program, they have weekly coaching calls with me, weekly group coaching calls. Every single week we meet for Q&A. They also get a chance to get on my calendar so that I can talk with them one-on-one. And this is why I don't accept that many people into my program. This is why I'm not selling to you on this webinar. I'm not selling because I only even accept about 40% of the people that I talk to at this level. Okay, I'm showing you this because I want to show you what is possible. Okay, that everybody is not, you know, out to get you, and there's not all this, you know, there are some people out there who are really sincere about trying to just help you and add value to what you're doing. So I want you to take screenshots. I want you to save this. I want you to keep a hold of this because I think that it's going to help you to move forward in your particular mission. Okay. So those of you all who might be asking, because some of you all have asked me about it, I told you I'm not selling, so therefore I'm not going to give you prices and all that other kind of stuff. It's not going to happen. All right, so forget about it. But for those of you all who have asked me about the program, I will tell you who it's not for, okay, which is why I don't even accept that many people into my program. But it's not for you if you lack the patience and drive to implement your ideas. It's not for you if the idea of imminent success scares you, right? Because you have to be able to sort of have tunnel vision. Because if you really think about all the success that you're going to have, it can be kind of frightening, but you have to move forward anyway, even though it's a little bit scary, right? It's not for you if you don't like being held accountable for your time and your actions. Because as you can see, in my program, you're going to get a lot of accountability. There is a lot. They have a Google sheet that they have to put their goals on their sheet every single week so that I can give them feedback on it. Okay. So I'm kind of persnickety like that. I want to know your sales goals. I want to know if you met your sales goals, so we can talk about it if you didn't meet your sales goals. I want to see how many people are in your community. I want to see how engaged they are. We're going to look at your numbers. We're going to look at your Facebook numbers. We're going to look at all the things behind the scenes that we can adjust and tweak to make sure that you're getting in those sales numbers and those community building numbers. I want to know what's going on with your infrastructure, if you're actually doing the things that I know that you need to do in order to create that profit sustainability that we talked about. So they have a lot of accountability, all right? So if you don't like accountability, it's not for you. It's not for you if you lack the resilience to try again until you find your success formula, all right? Because everybody has their own success formula. Nobody can make you successful, but there are shortcuts, there are workarounds, and there are things that are going to save you time and save you money, but there is no magic bullet. You still have to go in there and do the work, okay? But this program is for you. It absolutely is for you if you want to live life without apologies or regrets. I know that's me. All right, all day long. I love being able to take my daughter to school. I love being able to pick her up from school. I love being able to drop in on her anytime I get doggone ready to without apologies. I love being able to skirt off to Europe for the entire summer, not a couple of weeks, the entire summer. I love being able to do that without any apologies or regrets, okay? If you're an action taker who doesn't have time to waste, right? If you're tired of going from one program to another and getting no real results, right? If you're struggling with clarity, with clearly communicating who you are and what you do, if you're unsure which course or program to focus your energy on, if you want to attract clients that pay you what you're worth with no hesitation, okay? If you want to fire your boss instead of waiting for retirement, listen, if you want your legacy to be what you do right now, not just what you leave behind, then yes, then my program is for you. And so those of you all who've been asking me about getting in my program, who've been asking me about it, I want you to be super, super clear that this is not a come one, come all type, like anybody with money, like come, no. You've got to have the things that I've laid out here to at least even be considered to be in my program, okay? And so I want you to know that you cannot Google your way to success. Like, it's not even going to happen. So if you're a Google Meister, if you're all about the freepreneur, this is not the place. It's not the way you're going to grow. I can tell you that if success were free and you could Google your way to it, a whole lot more people would be doing it, but it just doesn't work that way, okay? It does not. So what, right? So we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about profitable courses. We've talked about how you can use your skill set to create the income and impact in your business, in your life. But here's the thing. So what if you don't act on it? Like, so what if we get off of this webinar and you go back to doing the same thing and thinking the same thing and feeling doubtful and regretful and like, oh my gosh, can I do this, and confused? No, it doesn't have to be a so what. It can be a what now instead of so what, okay? So here's the plan, okay? Remember I told you that I'm not gonna sell to you. My goal today to you was to give you value. And so here's the plan. Those of you all who are like, you know what, it's go time. I am ready to make some things happen. I want to help you. I put out a call and I said, I'm going to put this out for people who raise their hand and say they want help. And we were very methodical about putting this webinar opportunity in places where people were action takers and said, you know what, I want help. And I said, I want to help as many people as I possibly can, because I am on a mission to teach 1 million people how to reach 1 million people. And I meant that. So I did not tell people what I was going to be giving you as being on this webinar. I didn't even tell them what it was going to be. All right, because then it was going to be everybody and their grandmama. I didn't want those people. I wanted people who said, you know what, I'm going to come on there. I'm going to spend my time with Kat so at 8 o'clock at night when I could be in my pajamas or whatever time you're watching this. I could be doing so many other things, but you decided to come on here and you decided to stay. And because of that, I am going to offer you an opportunity to get on a call with me or my team. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to assess what's going on in your particular situation, what's going on with you, how you need to move forward. We're also going to look at the outcomes that you're looking to accomplish in your particular business, all right? And we're going to come up with a custom solution that we think is going to work well for within the niche, within the profitable topic category that you have, for where you are in business, and so that you can move forward, okay? So we don't have enough time to do it. There are too many people on the webinar right now, so that means that you're going to have to schedule some time for us to do that with you. So for a very, very, when I say very, very limited time, and for those of you who want to do it right now, secure your spot, because once they're gone, they are gone. But right now, you can set up time. There is no cost to you. There's absolutely no cost to you. That was my promise to you, that I wasn't going to sell you anything. But all you have to do is follow this link right here, bit.ly/chat with Kat, and let's set up some time to talk about where you go from here. And I wanted to give you all this value. I wanted to talk with you all so that we could be talking the same language, okay? So that you can talk the same language with my team, you can talk the same language with me, so that when they're talking about your experiential topic, when they're talking about the money that you can make, the different ways, the group coaching, the private coaching, the online courses, the membership site, when we're having those conversations, we can all be talking the same language, okay? Remember I told you how important that is, okay? So I want you to take action now, right? But there's only one caveat, okay? The only caveat is that I want you to come prepared with your notes, with your notepad, with your paper, and I want you to be prepared to go out into the world and share your gift with as many people as possible. That is my only caveat to getting on my calendar and spending time with my team. I want you to promise me that if you get on this calendar, then that means that you are committed to your mission, and you have given us permission to help you put it out there to the world, because our mission is to teach 1 million people how to reach 1 million people. Okay, and I want to know who we can help to do that. All right, who we can help to do that. Questions. Let me put on my glasses so I can actually see the questions that you all may have. I hope that I answered a lot of your questions. All right, but we're also going to look and see, I want to see what questions you have, because I want you to leave with clarity. All right, so I'm going to give you all a few minutes. If you have questions, to put them in the comment section. And in the meantime, if this has been beneficial to you, if I have fulfilled my promise, if I have done what I came to do, I want you to put yes, Kat, in the chat. If I came and did what I promised I would do, please put yes, Kat, in the chat. Otherwise, if you have a comment, if you have a question, I want to know about it. Mission accomplished. Yes, Kat. Awesome, Andrea. Very good. Very good. Awesome. Please put yes, Kat. That lets me know that I have given you value for your time. I told you that I never want to waste your time. I'm never going to waste your money. I'm going to make sure that any time you spend with me, that you walk away with something that you can use. Okay? Questions. Did everybody get the link that you need in order to move forward? Thank you so much, Sharonda. Nice to see you, love. You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the screen. The link goes to 7-Day Course Challenge Calendar. It will be, is that what we should click on that? You're going to click right here on this link right here, Angela, and this is how you're going to get to my calendar. You're going to go right here to bit.ly/chat with Kat. All right, to go ahead and set up your time. There is a limited number of spots to get on the calendar. So please, you are not the only ones who are watching this this webinar. You're not the only ones who are going to be watching it. So please go ahead if it's something that you want to do. Remember my caveat. And if you're serious about it, then go ahead and let's talk about how you move forward. Okay. Let's talk about how you move forward. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead and set it up anyway. Yep, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead and set it up anyway. Yep, it's okay. It's okay. Yep. Yep, no problem. Yep, just go ahead. Yep, no problem. Just set it up anyway. We know what it is, so it's no problem. Okay? No problem. Thank you. Thanks for letting us know. Okay. All right, you guys, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope that this served you well. I cannot wait to talk with you all on the other side of this in person so that we can help you move forward. And this has been fantastic. I thank you all so much for giving me permission to be a part of your mission today. And I look forward to helping you further, okay? Look forward to that follow-up email that's going to have those testimonials in there. I think you'll get a kick out of them. I think they're going to inspire you and motivate you and let you see that there are so many folks just like you who are nervous, who are a little bit scared, who are like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? And they stepped out there on faith, and they stepped out there and they are totally crushing it, okay? And there's no reason you can't do the same. All right, you guys, have an awesome rest of your night. And remember, stay on course.